the deep crimson dew, the tree of life grew, and the blood gave life to the branches of the tree. Blood was the price set the captives free, and the numbers that came through the fire and the flood clung to the tree and were redeemed by the blood.
Yo, I-Jah-Stars, squeeze the one then cram the wicked from afar.
From the hand, it came down. From the side, it came down. From the feet, it came down and ran to the ground. Between heaven and hell, a teardrop fell in the deep crimson dew. The tree of life grew, and the blood gave life to the branches of the tree. Blood was the price set the captives free, and the numbers that came through the fire and the flood clung to the tree and were redeemed by the blood. Redemption. Yeah. Redemption. From the trees stream the light that started the fight. Round the tree grew a vine, on whose fruit I could dine. My old friend Lucifer came for to keep me in chains, but I saw through the tricks of 666, and the blood gave life to the branches of the tree. Blood was the price that set the captives free, and the numbers that came through the fire and the flood clung to the tree and were redeemed by the blood. From the hands, it came down. From the side, it came down. From the feet, it came down and ran to the ground. And the small little voice,
I-Jah-Stars, I-Jah-Stars, squeeze the one then cram the wicked from afar.
from the hand,
it came down.
from the side. feet, it came down and ran to the ground. And a small little voice said, you do have a choice. The vine grafted me, and I clung to the tree. From the hands, it came down. From the side, it came down. From the feet, it came down and ran to the ground.
Yes, London. You know, warm welcome. Your listening ears. Yeah, we want to say a blessed good evening, a blessed good morning, a blessed good afternoon, wherever you are at this blessed moment, you know. We have a very special guest in the studio at this hour, Honourable Corey Harris, which is an acoustic guitarist, jazz, blues, vocalist, songwriter. Book is actually here on a book launch. He's a writer as well. The book at the moment is called Jah-Tigi. This is a book which is out at the moment by Honourable Corey Harris. You can find it on Amazon, any local bookstore. Not yet, just Amazon right now. So you can check out Amazon. The price is very competitive. So yeah, check it out. It's a very good book. I haven't read it yet, but I'm gonna eat some of it later. So yeah, Corey, welcome.
Give thanks, my Lord. Blessed Lord. Blessed Lord.
I just want you to introduce yourself to London, England, and to the wider world, and you know, just give them your love.
Well, give thanks. First of all, give thanks for life and the life giver, Holy Emmanuel, I, King Selassie, I-Jah, Rastafari, blessed love, my Lord and Empress, Prince and Princess. We give thanks. My name is Corey Harris, and I'm coming to you all from the state of Virginia. I live in Richmond, Virginia, and as far as my most recent family members, my mother comes from the state of Texas, from northeast Texas near the Louisiana border. My father comes from Kentucky, and I have roots in Oklahoma, Virginia, and well, you know, that's really where my most recent family roots come from. I grew up in Colorado, in the western part, you know, near the Rocky Mountains, and so then when I left Colorado, I was about 18 years old, and I went to college. Studied in a place called Bates College in the northeast of the United States in Maine. And then while I was in Maine, I got the desire to travel. By this time, I was already playing music. Started playing music when I was 12. Well, I started playing guitar when I was 12 years old. And I played different musical instruments throughout school coming up. Such as the trumpet and the baritone, horn, and things like that. But when I finished, well, I was at college. I'll go back to that. When I was studying as a student, university and college, I spent a semester in France, in western France, in a city called Nantes. So I did some studying there. And then a year later, I went to Cameroon. And I was studying in Cameroon for a semester. And then I graduated from school. I went back to Cameroon for about a year, well, 10 months, something like that. So I was in Cameroon, mostly in northwest Cameroon, in a place called Bamenda. So this was my second introduction to Cameroon, having been there before, and really just that's what started my fascination with the roots and the motherland and the continent and our story, and so and really Cameroon's the first time I really see a Rasta man, dreadlocks man, in Africa, and so that's what really inspired me, like, wow, this is a global thing, because coming from the States, you see Rasta in, you say, New York and Miami, but to go Africa, it's like, okay, yeah, we're dealing with the real thing here, it's a real thing around the world, it's not just, so that was an inspiration, So being in Cameroon, I also had my guitar there, so I was, like I say, all this time was playing music. When I was even a student in France and thing, I would play on the streets for a little spare change, whenever I would travel. I always have my guitar. I always like to do that, So Cameroon, I still didn't really play out, but I played with friends. And, I had a good friend, a brethren I lived with, rented from his family. His name was Spee, Nzante Spee, a very famous painter in Cameroon, also a musician also. But I'll show you his website later. Spee was his name. He passed away about maybe 2005, I believe. He dropped out, So, but a real, amazing visual artist. Someone who knew Fela Kuti, came up right around them times in Nigeria and Lagos. Yeah. Fela Kuti, that Nigerian, revolutionary Nigerian musician. They call him the Black President. But he, he got beat up by the government many times for his music, and he always called the government out on all the dirt. Everything the Nigerian government was doing, he was calling them out, and he paid for it.
So he's a man who was like exposing
Yes.
any negative
Yes.
within the community.
Yes, a revolutionary. He calling the system out. Because we love Africa, but we know that these African governments are oftentimes not in the interest of African people. So Fela was calling them out for all the things they were doing. And he came from a line of revolutionary because his mother was also someone who got the right of women to vote in Nigeria. So, yeah, so, anyway, when I was in Cameroon, I came back to the U.S. This is about 1992, and I had a job teaching public school in Louisiana, in rural Louisiana, in the country between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, a place called, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yo, Ijahstars, squeeze the
Yeah,
one there and cram the
yeah,
wicked
yeah.
from afar.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we back. So, as I was saying, I was in Louisiana, and after I finished that year of teaching, I decided I wanted to just make a go at playing music full time. So I moved to New Orleans, and I played music on the street, and I started as a street musician, because that's what I had been doing for more or less spare change, kind of for fun, for years. So I did it really as my living, and
So did they have a teaching qualification, being as a teacher, and even
well,
being as
y-
as a black man in the community?
yeah, I took what they call the National Teachers Exam, and I was part of what they call a teaching corps called Teach for America, which was started to fill teaching shortages in the poor communities, both in the cities and in the countryside across the United States, but mostly in the South, mostly. So anyway, that's what was the part of that. And so they were taking people who had college degrees, and you have to take the national teachers exam and you get certified through. You take some courses during the summertime before you actually start your teaching post. So that's how they did us. Yeah. So yeah, I did that teaching. I was in New Orleans. I just started playing music, and I had a car, so I would drive to gigs, and I drove into Mississippi and played in Mississippi. Drove to Texas. I would drive around the East Coast, and gradually I worked up a little small fan base, and eventually I met someone, a producer, who I went into partnership with, and we got a demo together. We shopped the demo around to a record company. The record company liked the demo. I got signed to my first record deal in 1995. My first record came out, and now I've had 15 records out since then.